It's the last day of March, and welcome to your daily dose of doom. So, tomorrow's April Fool's Day, and we're going to the moon! That's actually not even an April Fool's joke. The Artemis 2 rocket is scheduled to launch tomorrow to allegedly take a group of astronauts for a loop around the moon. Now, if you're any kind of conspiracy nut like I am, Independent Men United has started doing a Rabbit Hole Wednesday live stream, which I am thoroughly enjoying. So I will put a link down to her channel in the description. You might want to go check that out because I do believe tomorrow night on their Rabbit Hole Wednesday, they're going to be talking about whether or not we've actually went to the moon. So I'm looking forward to that. Should be interesting. So link in the description. Go check it out. Okay, and now on to the news, because I know y'all just here for the doom. Iran is reportedly pressuring the Yemen Houthis to attack oil tankers in the Red Sea. According to a Russian press source, Iran's talk of withdrawing from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty could lead the Middle Eastern countries to reconsider their own nuclear programs, because that's what we need, the entire Middle East armed with nuclear weapons. Iran says that the desalination plant on Qasim Island taken out of service after being targeted by U.S. and Israeli missiles. A war crime. Yes, that's right. Targeting civilian infrastructure like a desalination plant is considered a war crime. Minister Lavrov says that the U.S.'s regime change in Iran is just a way to gain more control over oil. And he may be right. Iran says the U.S.-Israeli strikes has hit a cancer drug production facility. The Israeli Defense Minister Katz says the IDF will position itself in a security zone inside of Lebanon and will remain a security control over the entire area up to the Litani River. The CENTCOM commander and the IDF chief of staff agreed yesterday that they will be targeting Iran for at least another month. So we're not leaving anytime soon. Turkey, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia are considering joint control of the Strait of Hormuz, according to Reuters. The Spanish government has said the conflict in the Middle East has crossed a new red line with the killing of a peacekeeping mission soldier in southern Lebanon. Chechen military units have announced their readiness to deploy to Iran to support the Iranian armed forces in the event of a U.S. ground invasion. According to Reuters, Turkey has started selling gold from its state reserve amid the war in Iran. A small explosive device was found by an apartment building door in suburban New York after residents heard booms early Monday morning. Police in White Plains said that it was taking two people of interest into custody and there were no injuries reported. The U.S. has reopened the embassy in Caracas. The resumption of operations marks the first full U.S. diplomatic presence in Venezuela in 7 years. 5 people were unalived after a train and a van collided in a train crossing in rural Mississippi. This was in Stone County. President Trump has told the United Kingdom to build up some delayed courage and take the Strait of Hormuz yourselves. The U.S. will not be there to help you anymore. France has announced that they will not be letting planes heading to Israel loaded up with military supplies to fly over French territory. NPR has reported that 2 E-3 Century AWACS aircraft were damaged in the Iranian attack on Saudi Arabia. The United States requested from Poland to send one of its Patriot missile systems to the Middle East, but Warsaw refused this request. The Polish defense minister says our Patriot systems are used to defend the skies of Poland and NATO's eastern front. Italy has rejected permission from the U.S. military aircraft to land at Sigonella Air Base in Sicily before flying to the Middle East. The average price of a gallon of gas in the U.S. has risen to $4.02 a gallon. Europe has slammed the door on the U.S. amid the war in Iran. Spain closes airspace. Italy denies the base and the French blocks supply flights. Trump has already fired back, saying the U.S. will remember. Flight cancellations are on the rise worldwide as jet fuel prices surge. Hope you don't plan on going anywhere. President Trump has announced that King Charles and Queen Camilla will visit the United States for a state visit from April 27th to April 30th. Iran has confirmed the death of Elazra Tagsiri, chief of the IRGC Navy, which, from what I understand, they don't have a Navy anymore, so I guess that's not a big deal. Iran says it will bomb Palantir, Oracle, and other major Western firms, declaring them legitimate targets. Personally, as far as I'm concerned, if they want to bomb Palantir, that sounds like a good idea to me. President Trump told CBS, "I don't think about the issue of Iran's uranium stockpile, and I know it's buried deep and very difficult to extract." Haven't I been talking about all this stuff being buried in the mountains for a while now? Reuters has quoted a Russian envoy saying that Iran's supreme leader, Motabi Khamenei, is in Iran but avoiding public appearance. Well, yeah, he's probably in the mountain complex too, because he don't want to end up like his dad. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth says NATO cannot be considered a real alliance if allies are unwilling to provide assistance to the U.S. when necessary. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has denounced the illegal invasion of Lebanon by Israel. Israel has halted all defense cooperations with France and canceled contract after it blocked U.S. military supply flights to the country from flying over its airspace. Guys, I'm telling you, this might not be World War III yet, but it's on the way. This just broke a little while ago. American journalist Shelley Kittleson has been kidnapped in Baghdad, according to Iraqi officials. According to the New York Times, the Pentagon is considering the possibility of deploying a powerful anti-drone laser system near the residence of Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the Fort McNair military base in Washington. On the home front here in the Ohio Valley, we got some possible strong storms moving through the area later on this afternoon and tonight, depending on where you're at. So keep an eye out for that. Have your emergency radios ready, flashlights, solar chargers, generators, things like that, all ready to go. After Kuwait has launched 20 rockets towards Iran, the Iranian responded by targeting all of Kuwait's oil fields. These price hikes are coming, guys. I'm telling you. If you can store fuel, do it. If you can go out and get some more food, water, anything else you might need, medications, medical supplies, first aid kits, you better go do it now. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled against Colorado's ban on conversion therapy. And that's the news for today. So remember, tomorrow is April Fool's Day. That is kind of a tradition that seemed to have died off when the whole toilet paper apocalypse hit. And personally, I'm glad to see it go. I was never a big fan. But we are supposedly going to the moon. Remember, I'll leave that link to Independent Men United's channel down in the description if you want to check that out. She puts on a good show. I'm really enjoying the Rabbit Hole Wednesday streams. Remember again to watch out for the storms. Remember, don't wait for SHTF because it's not going to wait for you. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you enjoyed this, hit all the buttons, do all the things. This is OVP out.